audience, and myself included, have been very excited about the host, obviously Stephenie Meyer, book adaptation, which is, you know, there's these huge excitement and expectation from the Twilight fans. What can they expect in March?
Sexy aliens.
Sexy aliens. Bit of action. I mean,
romance.
Bit of romance. But the host, it's very different to Twilight.
Oh, definitely.
Science fiction. We got Andrew Niccol directing it. Who's Gattaca. He wrote The Truman Show.
William Hurt, Saoirse Ronan as our leading lady.
Incredible.
It's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Especially with the transition between alien and human.
So you mentioned the science fiction aspect, which is a totally new world. Especially for these like book adaptations, I feel like there hasn't been one yet, so I'm really excited about it. But sort of walk us through briefly what the plot is actually all about, because this isn't even a love triangle. It's like a square or circle.
It's a
or
love
box.
Love box.
Love box.
It's a love box.
Love box.
Okay, break it down for us.
I'm too jet lagged to do it, so Jake, there you go.
Thanks. The film consists of I think it's a not too distant future where aliens have invaded Earth. In a body snatcher sort of way. They surgically inject themselves into our brains, essentially, and take us over. And they have done so successfully, except for a small pocket of a human resistance that lives in the mountains out in Arizona, I believe. And Saoirse Ronan's character, Melanie, gets taken by one of these aliens, but she doesn't disappear like most people. She stays alive in the alien's head. And she ends up coming back to this cave and finds us with our last human resistance, and we struggle to stay alive and keep love and accept her and find love for her.
So how do each of your characters play into the situation?
Well, I was one of the survivors. Jared, my character, was one of the survivors, and he met Melanie while on the run, and they fell in love. However, he was then taken from her. Over the course of a couple of months, he found his way back to the cave where he meets Ian. So he believes, for all intents and purposes, she's dead and gone, so he has to let go of her. But then the spectre of his former love walks back into his life, which is fairly traumatic for him. And Ian's character,
is again one of the last surviving humans in this sort of community in this cave, and there's much distrust for this alien when she comes in, but me and along with Jeb, played by William Hurt, start to see the humanity in this alien, which is really surprising to us. And that's what I start to fall in love with, is this alien that I've just met physically. I know her, I don't know her as Wanda, as Jared does. So that's kind of our struggle with it.
It's obviously a bit of competition.
What was it like though, shooting these scenes where, you know, there's one character or one person playing multiple characters? What was it like actually watching that happen?
It's incredible, and I think it's a testament to Saoirse Ronan, who is, how old was she, 17 at the time?
Yeah.
And she knocked it out of the park. I mean, she's intimidatingly talented. And she did it effortlessly.
Yeah. She wore a bug in her ear that she pre-recorded her human dialogue, and they would play it, so she would do scenes with herself. So she'd be speaking, we would see her as the alien, but in her head would be her as the human. And I mean,
pretty impressive.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah,
and
exquisite.
we just saw the short 1.5-minute trailer, which is creepy and amazing at the same time. How does this sort of give us a little peek into what the overall film is going to be like?
Well, I haven't seen the trailer.
I have not seen the trailer.
I know, someone needs to
show us the trailer.
Because then we could give you a decent answer.
But I'm sure.
Knowing Andrew Niccol.
No, I'm sure it's
spectacular.
Spectacular.
So take me to the set. I know you guys shot in a few different locations, and I'm guessing they were kind of secluded, especially in New Mexico, so you guys probably had a lot of time to like hang out. What was it like behind the scenes on this film?
I mean, for the first part of it, we were in soundstage, so it wasn't. We weren't surrounded by so much beauty as we were when we were out in New Mexico. But it was a great set and full of.
We all got on very well.
Yeah,
there was a lot of young people,
which doesn't always happen. But there was a good sort of generational span between all of us, from Saoirse being the youngest to you, me, and Francis Fisher and William Hurt. Even with that sort of gap, everyone really came together, and Diane Kruger. I think we bonded early on because we had 2 weeks of rehearsal, and we really came together in that time. And
Which
really,
is important considering our characters were supposed to have lived in such
Exactly.
close proximity for so long.
Right.
created this life together, and so we all sat around and interrogated the script for the truth, as William said, and that I think that made all the difference.
And how available was Stephenie Meyer? Was she on set with you guys every day, or did you
most days.
meet with her?
Yeah, when she could be there, when
beforehand?
she could be in town, she was there. But the good thing about her is her willingness to be collaborative. She had written the source material, but she allowed each of us to sort of discover it on our own, and that was really relieving because she has created something so big, and to have that freedom was really felt safe, I guess.
It is no longer